All right, welcome Sooner softball fans. Appreciate you joining. CJ already on here dropping comments. We're going to go and get started. I know the game is still wrapping up tonight, but we have this scheduled for 9, so we're going to roll here for about 20 minutes and talk about what's going on tonight in the Battle Series. Thanks for joining us. As always, guys, appreciate you. The throwing error, that Patty will not be happy with the errors, but let's first talk about a few people. I got to talk about CJ. Thanks Billy for joining us. Got to talk about Cassidy Pickering and Hannah Core. Jeremy, these have to play. These two have to play. Am I wrong?
Have to play, and the question is, where are they going to play and how much?
Their bat's so strong right now. And Mark asked a question: who's better, Ludlam or Nugent? Mark, I don't think we've seen enough from Ludlam to know, but I would probably lean Ludlam. I don't know. Nugent was young, but just didn't see a whole lot from her. She didn't play a whole lot, so it's hard to answer that. How would you answer it, Mark?
I think Ludlam
is a beast.
I think Ludlam's experience. I would take Ludlam.
Yeah, she has a lot more experience, for sure. So, but what about Cassie Pickering tonight? And then Hannah Core has 5 ribbies, 3 for 3. And okay, Mark brings up a good point. I was trying to think about this on the way here when I was driving home tonight, and you got Pickering. Pickering, I think, might play right field. And you could EH Hannah Core. You could play Hannah Core at third if you move Brito to short, or you could play Torres as an EH. There's so many options there. I think everything hinges on if Hodge is playing shortstop, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't know. I apologize if my audio is bad. I'll be able to show my camera in a second. But I agree with Mark, guys. Behind the plate, Nugent's, I would say, is a better fielder behind the plate.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Ludlam's made some mistakes behind the plate. But I don't know how often she'll be behind the plate. That's the thing. This team is loaded with bats, absolutely loaded. CJ says Torres is solid at the plate and at third. Yeah, I mean, she's got good experience at third, guys. So here to me, if I had to pick right now an ideal lineup in those 4 spots, I would do Torres at third. I would probably have Brito at short, and I would have Core in right field with Pickering as the EH. That to me, you got all the bats out there. I think that's a great lineup.
I don't think if you're going to EH someone, you're going to EH Pickering because Core's elite with her speed in the outfield.
Exactly. What about Hodge tonight, guys? I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. I was in and out, so give me some updates on Hodge and how everything looked there.
She had a great double play.
She's great defensively, Jeremy. She's great. She's great.
I tell you who else has kind of been going off defensively is Quincy Lilio made an outstanding play.
Oh, did she? Yeah, I mean, I just cannot believe. I mean, if you would have asked me before this battle series started, as far as the freshman, Cassidy Pickering would have been. I wouldn't have picked her to be the one that's been this hot. I mean, she's been on fire. She's literally almost homered in every game, has she not? I mean, I think she has almost every single game she's hit a home run. It's ridiculous. And Mark says Hodge has been doing very well as also at today. So that's good. I mean, they're loaded guys. They really are. This might be the most depth they've had all around.
Yeah, and Pickering went yard twice. And the thing about Pickering, Jay, is she sprays it. I mean, she can go oppo. She can pull the ball. She's a great hitter for being that young.
Oh, for sure. Don't forget Parker. She will too. Yeah, Ella Parker. They're loaded. I mean, this is insane. And who's going to beat them? Billy says, I don't know. I mean, surely you would think they're going to slip up and lose a game or two. I said that last year. I thought they would lose another one after they lost the first one, and they never did. So, I mean, who knows? This team's – the thing is their bats. What they're doing in the battle series with all these home runs is against some of the best pitching in the country. That's what's crazy. I mean, you think about it. I mean, look who they got in this staff, and they're hitting bombs. And tonight, guys, it's cold outside. It's not a great night for the ball to travel, and they're still hitting bombs. I was
Yeah,
kind of surprised by that, Jeremy. I didn't think there'd be much home runs tonight.
yeah, it is cold. Hey, uh,
Yeah. Thank you. You there, Jeremy?
you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hanson can play first base. She's pretty good fielder at first too, so they could utilize her there.
Yeah, with Sanders being out, they're just trying different people, I think, over there. They have options there for sure. But Mark says he thinks the
Monticelli,
number of different batting orders this spring will be interesting. And that's the thing. Patty, even last year, Patty moved it around a lot. Now she has, I think, even more options. Jeremy, and viewers, don't you think this is probably the deepest team they've had? I think it's the deepest team they've had.
uh, it's
I mean,
looking like it's looking that it's the deepest hitting team for sure, and maybe
that's what
even
I'm saying. Like last year off the bench to hit, you could. I mean, you had Jocelyn Erickson coming off the bench, some to hit. Uh, you had a few different ones. Lilio pinch hit some. You had Nugent, but what they have now is just power and just it's unreal, man.
we've asked this before, but I don't see how they're not hitting more bombs next year.
I think they'll hit more home runs this year. I agree.
And
They're already doing it.
Burrito's bombs are different. She hit one tonight off Monticelli that was just lambasted.
I still think she's going to lead the team in home runs this year.
I would agree with that, unless Pickering does something unbelievable.
Well, she already is doing something unbelievable. And Hannah Core surprised me. She's not even like, I mean, I guess she's fully healthy, but that back problem she's fighting through some pain.
Hannah was 3 for 3, I think, in 1 inning.
Yeah, 5 ribbies, man.
1 inning.
Insane.
Billy says better last year. Yeah,
I didn't see the throw. I heard them talking about it.
There, I don't think Patty would be happy about the no backup. That's the thing. That's pretty fundamentally detailed that Patty's not going to be happy about. It'll be interesting in the post game what is said on that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the good thing is, I mean, they're playing people at different positions, so it's probably not going to be, they're not going to be playing like Jada's not going to be playing there probably. So I think that wasn't that when she was at first base.
Hey, the other thing, Jay, is, CJ says my thoughts exactly. Patty was not happy. There's no way she was happy. It's going to be interesting who's going to, as they go into the last battle series, which is next week, last one of the fall battle series, who's going to have a shot at winning the overall MVP. It's got to be Burrito's got to be number one after tonight. I think maybe not.
Yeah, but how can you not have Hannah Core and Pickering on there?
I agree.
I mean, those 3 right there to me have been the best. Those 3, they've been the most consistent as far as. I mean, Burrito's hit quite a few home runs too, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. I don't know much about Hannah Core and Cassidy Pickering as far as their competitiveness, but I do know that Burrito wants to win that daggum thing. Burrito is one of the most competitive people on the team, and she's fighting to win that like tooth and nail. Ooh, great question, Mark. Love that question.
Are the Oklahoma hitters teaching the opponents how to attack our pitchers?
I don't think so, because I don't think there's a whole lot of batters that are this. OU's very talented up at the plate, and I'd be interested to go behind the scenes with Rocha on this as far as what they do for comparative. I mean, going against themselves. You know what I mean? It's not like when you're scouting other teams and their tendencies. I mean, I'm sure they know some of the players' tendencies, obviously, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, and look, there's so much data and analytics these days before you prep for someone. You still got to be able to execute. I would kind of take the Dion quote on this one. I think it's a little different in this area than it is maybe in football with stealing signs that was brought up, but still got to execute if the pitches come to the outside now. And can you go the opposite field? That's
and like question. CJ says, nobody has the lineup that OU has. I mean,
No,
it's not even close. So
not even close. Braden, welcome, Braden. Yeah, Hannah Core, Pickering, MVP for sure tonight. Tonight, it's got to be one of those. I mean, my guess is those two and Brito tonight will be the 3 MVPs.
yeah, those three have been most consistent through the battle series. And they only have one more battle series left, so it'll be interesting next week.
Yeah.
Hannah Core's been a surprise.
Yeah. And I would agree, Mark. I'm not sure. I mean, we're talking a severe talent drop off when you start going to other teams.
I mean, here's the thing, and I see where Mark's going with that, and I it's a great point. I just think that I think a lot of teams know how to attack OU's pitchers, but OU's pitchers are usually pretty good during the season. I mean, I just think they're good and they hit their spots. I mean, and maybe the pitchers right now aren't on their game right now as much. Maybe that's part of it too. Who knows? It could be a lot of things. I mean, Maxwell's still trying to get into her own.
Yeah, she had a couple good innings where she got out of 3 up, 3 down, but Monticelli allowed the bomb, like I said earlier. I still think, man, I don't know on the shortstop, Jay. I just don't know.
I mean, Mark, CJ, what are y'all thinking on it? Are you think you think Hodge is gonna win that role, or is it gonna be Brito at shortstop?
Jada was not 100% CJ. If you go back to last week on the battle series, Jada was battling something. It really was never verified what it was, except that she was maybe banged up. They played her at first base because of it. That's what I heard last week. So I don't know. I would imagine that's still the case. Just bruised and banged up a little bit. It didn't seem to affect her mentality. She was still smiling and carrying on. So.
Oh yeah, she's still a normal self in that aspect. Monticelli got one off her tonight. Somebody went yard on her tonight.
Off who? Monticelli?
I thought somebody went off Monticelli.
Yeah, it was Brito.
Yeah, Brito.
Brito hit a bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's Fang. Thanks for joining us, Fang. Yeah, Jada played 2 center field in 2 innings and shortstop in 2 innings.
Now there is no shot she's going to play short in the season, I don't think. But
no,
she did play in high school. She played shortstop in high school, and you're right. There's no way that Fang says it. There's no way Core's not playing. Core and Pickering have to play.
Yeah, there's no way you're keeping Core and Pickering bats off the field. They're playing.
And her speed, Core's speed is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. We got Brito at shortstop, Torres at third because Hodge isn't hitting. Is what Steve says. I would kind of lean that route now.
Let's just for a second go to that route. Let's just for the second go to that route, Jay. If you got Hanson at catcher, I think first base. I mean, we haven't seen any of Cindy Sanders, but let's just say Sanders is at the 1 bag. You got Jennings at the 2 bag. You got Brito at short. You got Torres at third. Outfield's going to be Boone, Coleman, and I would say Hannah Core in the outfield with the extra hitter being Pickering.
I would be great with that lineup. Yeah, Torres did play a lot of third base tonight. Looked good.
Which could be an implication of something. That maybe they're going to
knows the softball.
Fang definitely knows the softball. What else tonight stood out, Jay?
Oh, I mean, I think I was surprised that there were that many home runs with the weather. Like I said earlier, it's cold out.
I was too.
But Billy says Brito at third, I think, is what he's saying. Result, Fang says result of the first base getting injured. Yeah, I mean that's played a role tonight as far in other games where they've been mixing people up at first. Let's just say, for instance, let's say Sanders can't go opening week. And say she's injured, she won't be by the end of it. Who do you put at first base?
Well, I mean, there's so many options. Look,
yeah,
Ella Parker can play first. We know Hanson can, but Hanson's going to be behind the plate. Yeah, her back is a constant problem.
Yeah, Parker, Jeremy, I agree too, and Fang agrees with you. So does Mark.
If Fang agrees with me, then it's probably solid because Fang, like we said, Fang knows his softball. So Ella Parker for sure, yeah. Would and Maya Bland, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of these you just don't know about yet. But
Yeah,
what was what?
I'd like to see more of these freshmen. I mean, Cassie Pickering saw a lot of. The rest we didn't.
Like I said earlier, Maxwell did have a couple. I know of one, two, 3 inning.
Well, she had some defensive problems behind her that hurt her a little bit, but she did strike out Ludlam there at the inning I was watching there. Yeah, Fang's right. The outfield talent is off the charts.
It's the best
And
it's ever been.
And here's the thing: the great thing is you lose Coleman and Boone next year, but you're loaded. You're loaded behind them.
Absolutely loaded. Yeah, this wasn't Monticelli's best outing tonight. You could make a case that Maxwell was maybe the best.
Yeah. Steve agrees, Parker. I think that's unanimous. People are saying Parker at first base. If Sanders.
I tell you, the whole wild card, though, is Hannah Core not only is showing that she can hit the freaking ball, but it's her speed. She's long. She got a great stride. She is going to be elite.
Hey, this is a great point, Mark, because you saw it with Storako last year when she came in from Michigan. When you have run support like that and you're pitching, you're basically you don't have to shut everybody. I mean, you can go out there and say, okay, you're maybe not as tight. You know that you're going to have some runs to work off of. So obviously, I think you're going to see some of these pitchers like that transferred in really feel, I won't want to say relief, but feel like they can really dominate because hey, they allow 1 or 2 runs, they're probably going to get the win.
Yeah, and we talked earlier about this play. Someone else brought it up, but was no backing up. There was no backup on that.
Yeah.
2 runs scored. That affected Maxwell's game as well.
Hey, Maxwell's going to be. She's going to be unreal.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Maxwell. I'm not worried about really any of the staff. I mean, and the thing is, for OU to lose a game, who's going to shut this team out? Who's going to shut OU out? Come on.
Nobody's going to shut them down. I wouldn't think, but
yeah.
Yeah,
it was a little bit like that.
Yeah, just one more to go. So we'll see how it kind of wraps up there. And then you got 99 days till the first game. So still got some time, but it's getting closer and closer. Love's Field, man, looking better. Looking like they're making some improvements on it. And it's coming around. So it's exciting for sure.
Hey, how was the crowd tonight?
Well, I wasn't there in person. From the TV, it looked like there was some seats there near the end that was pretty open.
It was chilly out, so
it was very chilly, man. Very chilly game to go to for sure.
I don't know if Fang was at the game or.
Great point. Signing days next Wednesday. Great point, Fang. Also, Kennedy. She did it. I mean, she did good last year against. I mean, so that you run into that buzzsaw there.
2024 class is elite too.
Oh, it's elite. I mean, you got the likes of Tia Malloy, Corey Hicks, Chaney Hilton, Audrey Lowry, and then Riley Zakay. Five right there that should sign, and they are elite, very elite. Jeremy, Audrey Lowry's best pitcher in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think ranked probably as well. So, Fang said he was not there. It was cold, man. It was.
Yeah, I could not get out either. Next week it's Tuesday, 70-something degrees. So maybe next week, late in the week, will be nicer too for the last battle series. I don't think they're going to make the other one up for sure.
Yeah, I don't either. So yeah, appreciate y'all getting on here tonight. We just wanted to get on here for about 15, 20 minutes, chat a little bit about it. We do have here we go. We got Lowry Hicks now. Barker. What? I lost that there. He's signing a. Yeah, I forgot about a few of those. So, and you're right. Season schedule should be coming out soon for sure. Yeah, go back up here to the 8 players signing here. I did forget about McKay, Garcia, and Barker. But they had to sign that many with all their losing, Jeremy. They had to.
Yeah, they got 6 or 7 or 8 seniors. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on here and joining us tonight. We are getting ready to do our next Double Trouble video here in about 5 minutes, another live where we talk all Sooner sports. So if you want to jump on that, really appreciate it as well. I know Mark and some of y'all have been on there with us. We really appreciate it. But make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Hey, and if you haven't checked out the Tia Malloy interview, we had Tia Malloy on the
2
Sooner
weeks ago,
Surge a week or two ago. You can go to our channel. You can scroll down and find that interview. She was unbelievable. Just a great speaker, great person, gave some great insight. Check that out. We did want to have this softball live because we have great softball viewers. We appreciate you guys. But we are going to transition at 9:30 to the Sooner Surge Double Trouble, talk all things OU. And we can still talk some softball in there as well, but it is Bedlam week as well. So if you want to transition over to that, we'll drop that on our Twitter or just be part of our YouTube channel and you'll be able to get that. Thanks again, guys. Fang, CJ, Mark, all you guys that are on here. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. See you in a few.